welcome. Wanting to share some more about this thing we call yoga and answer some of how does yoga calm us down? Why does yoga have this reputation for relaxing us, right? That's become a common understanding amongst people, whether you do yoga or not, right? That something about it seems to be relaxing. Something about it seems to calm us down. Maybe there's some centering. But why does that happen across the board with various forms of yoga? And yes, mostly when we do have a blend of some of the practices, including some of those poses, including our use of breath. And of course, it is about our inner orientation, our attention, our focus, our awareness, and how it's a form of meditation anytime we're practicing yoga. And then remember that yoga just means union, to join, to connect. So that's part of the therapy as well, that it's reconnecting. So I could start there. That part of the calming, the centering, is that yoga is meant to be a reconnecting practice, a reconnecting time, any form of yoga. So yeah, if we're just talking about that mat practice, that's become one of the more famous forms of yoga, right? The ways we can use those exercises to tune ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and even spiritually. So when we use those practices like those poses and we integrate things like breath, awareness, attention, right, and make it a form of meditation, why does that calm us down? Well, here's some of why. Beyond just the reconnecting, which is calming and centering, and that has its own effects. But first of all, because it's all energy. So when we're doing any form of yoga, we're doing energy work on ourselves, to ourselves, for ourselves. We're doing energy medicine. We're shifting our energy, we're changing our energy. And often the reasons that we're feeling maybe the opposites of calm or relaxed is because of energy. Maybe we've got too much energy going on. Maybe we've got stuck energy going on. Maybe we've got some ways that energy is moving that isn't feeling peaceful and calm, right? So part of what our practices of yoga do for us is they help us manage our energy, help us tune our energy. So yeah, even those poses and the use of breath, and for sure what we're doing with our mind and our attention is tuning us energetically, which is one of the big reasons we feel so calm and different and relaxed after using some yoga. And then also part of what yoga poses can do, especially when they're used correctly, when you get some guidance to use the right poses for you, which is part of how I help people, is you're addressing things like your posture and your structural alignment. And just like all chiropractors know, that's a really important part of how the body feels and functions, and especially how calm and relaxed we feel. So interestingly, when we address the alignment and the posture with the use of forms of yoga, it calms us down and relaxes us to get the body back in good alignment. Isn't that so interesting? So the reconnection that we get is calming. The structural alignment that we get is relaxing. The energy medicine, the energy work that we're doing is part of what calms us, relaxes us. And then, yeah, part of what makes a use of exercise, part of how we make something yoga is we always add this more relaxed approach. So also when we're practicing yoga, we're intended to be practicing relaxing, practicing holding ourselves differently, trying out a different way of being, and learning to be like that more through things like challenge even. So during our practices of yoga, we're actually practicing relaxing. And why have the yogis prescribed relaxing along the way through things even like yoga poses? Well, part of it is just being more efficient with our energy, not putting all our energy into everything, but instead learning to, like within a yoga pose, only put the energy where is needed, and then also learn to be relaxed in the parts that don't need to be working. And thus we actually conserve our energy, have so much more energy. So during the practices of yoga, we're practicing relaxing, just starting to practice being like that more, even through challenge, and also using things like breath, which is such a part of the physiology, right? And especially relaxing and calming and centering. So during any practices of yoga, we're intended to be re-engaging with that breath, using that breath more therapeutically, more like we're born to breathe, just more fully, more slowly, and in a way that is absolutely changing our physiology, right? and calming us down and relaxing us and centering us. So this is some of why when we engage in any form of yoga, it not only is going to have those physical therapy benefits, right? Resolve our pain, have those mental health benefits, right? Balance out the mind and the moods, help those spiritual components where it's going to be a lot about our feelings of reconnection and our abilities to feel more present and in the moment, right? And even enjoy life. But yeah, has those calming effects for those reasons. So hope that's helpful to you as you understand more why you might be liking your yoga, why you want to bring in more of it. And absolutely, in my experience, the more that you personalize your use of your yoga, especially with the poses, make sure you're using the right ones for you and that they're helping fix what needs to be fixed, right? And address those issues, but also, yeah, that it's all that energy work for you. It's a chance to practice relaxing, get back in a more functional use of breath. And most of all, though, that connection, that reconnection is a big part of the therapy as well. So holistic because it tunes us mind, body, spirit, and it's effective and quick to solve and shift how we're feeling and experiencing life, right? So pretty awesome. Hope that's helpful for you guys. Love sharing the joy with you. Namaste.